Well, we're coming down to just 1 week. That's right, 1 week, and the Democratic National Committee members will get to vote on a new chair. Oh, it's so exciting. Can you feel it in the air? It's electric. It's electric. The newest entrant in the race is Faz Shakir. He is the campaign manager for Senator Bernie Sanders' 2020 presidential run. Shakir says his mission as chair would be to rebrand the Democratic Party as a party for the working class. Quote, "We are rebuilding trust with people who don't believe the Democratic Party has been there when it matters most to them." Well, we get to have that conversation directly with Faz Shakir. He joins us now. He is the executive director of More Perfect Union, a nonprofit supporting pro-labor journalism and advocacy. Welcome to the table, Mr. Chairman-to-be.
Trying my best.
Trying your best.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
First, you didn't decide to jump into the race until January 15th.
Yeah.
So what pushed you over the edge? And then secondly, have you secured enough signatures to actually be on the ballot?
Yeah, so that I got done in a day. So I got the signatures, we're good there. When I got in, I felt, Simone, you know about me, I've been waiting for a decade plus for a working class party push. And thankfully, we're now in a moment where a lot of people are talking about it. I'm like, hey, that's good. We're talking about it. So what's the new ambitious idea? And I was feeling let down, Simone, that I don't see anything that would be novel, new, or interesting to working class people who are wondering, hey, you guys at the Democratic Party, did you learn anything? You going to do anything different? And I was let down. So I was like, okay, I have some ideas. I'm going to bring them in and shake this thing up and hopefully earn some people's votes.
How do you see the job of chairman? Because the reality of it is it's going to be...
Mr. Chairman,
you see how
please.
He leaned back. He said, let me tell you about
Let me talk to you about being a chair.
Here's the real talk.
So you will have the benefit of not having a president down at 1600 Pennsylvania.
Right.
That changes dramatically what you're able to do. How do you see that that freeing up of your opportunity?
Can I get philosophical with you for a second?
I'd like philosophical.
In this moment, we've got crime boss leading the nation. We've got oligarchy. We've got massive wealth and income inequality. Power being doled out to those who have deep pocketbooks. And in a moment like that, people get frustrated with institutions, Michael. They get like, does anybody give a damn about me? Does anyone with integrity run institutions? And most people feel like, no, there's corruption all over the place. No one cares about me. But my case to a lot of people is you're going to need institutions to fight for working class people. You ain't going to do it alone. You ain't going to take on Zuckerberg, Bezos alone. The DNC is one of two major political parties in America. You got to run this thing with integrity. You got 50 plus state parties. You got $100+ million raised this year. You telling me you can't get ambitious about how you build a grassroots-oriented DNC that says we're in service of others, not ourselves. And if you can do that, when you see corruption at the highest levels of our country, I believe you have a chance to expand your membership. Membership right now to the Democratic Party is what, an online contribution?
Right.
Can it mean something more than that? Can we be in service in communities all over the place saying, hey, when you go on strike, when you're organizing your workplace, when you're fighting your utility rate hikes, when you're trying to get your insurance coverage in your LA fire, we are with you. We're part of that. We're of service in a community. I think we can get there, but that's what I'm pushing for.
So how do you operationalize that? Like, what does that look like from the DNC member perspective? Because I would also note that, yes, an online contribution, but the members and the committee folks across the country...
There's 450 of them.
400, come on now, all right.
448.
458. He got the numbers. I was about to say, now, do you know? These are the folks that are, they are engaged. They have continued to be engaged through ups and downs, through wins and losses. So how do you operationalize that, and what are you hearing from the members specifically?
Right now, in the Democratic National Committee, if you look at the structure of it, there are no grassroots operations. If you wanted to volunteer right now, Simone, you want to say, hey, I want to be part of the Democratic Party. Is there anything for me to do?
I'm an independent voter right now.
Right, well, it's fair. Well, if I'm attracting you back, say, come watch the Super Bowl watch party with me and hang out. So do we do anything like that? No, the answer is no. And part of the answer is because you're strapped at the state party. If you aren't one of the larger funded state parties, and you're a smaller one, you're in Idaho, you're in Nebraska, you don't have a lot of resources to do this. So one of the things you got to do at the national is say, hey, this matters to us. So we're going to have events organizing team and digital organizing team so that when you're a small state, you want to do a Super Bowl watch party or you want to organize it with a tenants union or whatever you're doing on the ground, we're going to have to help you build an email list, send to that email list, go online to offline organizing, build an event for you on the ground with some national support, because you can't expect a lot of the smaller places, the red areas, to be able to do it.
So let me tell you why what you just said is incredibly important, because that aspect of how you build party and party infrastructure rests not with the Californias, the New Yorks, or more importantly, the battleground states, because they get all the juice.
Correct. That's right.
It is all the other states. It's the other 43 states in the country. When I was national chairman, Illinois got money out of the RNC for the first time when I was chairman. Why? Because it wasn't a battleground state before. But what I did was focus on exactly what you said. If I'm going to build a 50-state strategy, I got to include all 50 states. I just can't focus on the ones that are setting us up for the next presidential run. But I need to have that infrastructure put in place. Why? Because 38 of our states didn't have websites at that time.
See,
and it's the small things like that.
The nuts and bolts. You're getting the nuts and bolts because, like, you can't just sprinkle the dollars out to, like, say, in Idaho, Nebraska, or Alabama, and assume magic is going to happen. They may not even have, the know-how of how to execute an email or events organizing on the ground.
I would know Nebraska. Nebraska does.
But wait,
Jay Cleb, that's Jay.
Can I ask one question though? Fast, people do want to know: are you a Democrat?
Yes.
You are a Democrat.
Yeah, I work for Harry Reid, Nancy Pelosi, John.
I'm asking. The people wanted to know.
Yes, the people wanted to know.
Because
I wouldn't even be Democrat for national chairman.
Well, people have, let's just talk about
I'm
the
a
streets have
frustrated
said.
one, but I'm a Democrat.
If that's the case, guess what I'm doing?
You have a job.
Where's
I asked, are you a Democrat? Because there are folks that when you announced it said, oh, he's not even a Democrat. Why would he want to lead the Democratic Party? And I'm like, well, first of all, do you know for sure that he's not a Democrat? But also, just because you've been critical of the party,
yes.
I don't think it should disqualify you from participation. But again,
what
are the members
saying?
Simone,
right? You criticize out of love. When you feel anger, and I urge people to think this way. When you get angry out there, sometimes the reason you're getting angry is because you really want them to succeed. You really want them to do well. The thing that we have to be nervous and scared of is people don't care anymore. If you don't care anymore, holy cow, you're gone. But if you are angry, if you're upset, if you're critical, it means you have some emotion attached to this. You're feeling let down. Can you come back and talk to me like you care about me? And I think that's the opportunity. I think people feeling let down, which means the emotion's still there. We can get to them.
All right.
There we go.
All right. Fast Shakir, thank you.
We
will be seeing you next Thursday. We're going to see you next Thursday. Because myself, Jen Psaki, Jonathan Capehart, and Luke Russert, we are coming together to host a virtual forum hosted at Georgetown University. You're going to hear from the candidates for Democratic National Committee offices ahead of their leadership elections. Myself, Jonathan Capehart, Jen Psaki, we're going to co-moderate the DNC chairs race. Stick around, scan that QR code.